Morning, and welcome to January 20th. It's hard to believe we've already had 27 of these episodes this year. It's crazy how quickly that piles up. One of the things I love about that personally is that means that there's content for people out there just fucking everywhere. All right? So that's awesome, first of all. I love that. I love that what that means is that these messages are reaching more people. What's up, Stanley? If this isn't something you were already aware of, I want to let you know that I do have a podcast that's available on Apple Music. There's one that's available on Spotify. We've got a YouTube channel, all three of which are under The Murder Mentality. All right. And obviously we've got our episodes here. We've got short clips on Instagram and TikTok. I'm looking for more avenues. I'm thinking about working with LinkedIn, Twitter. There's lots of stuff, guys. But what I want to talk about today is a concept that me and Lacey were talking about yesterday. It's something that I really love a lot. It might have been 2 days ago. But it's something I'm really a big fan of because it's something I've had to learn, and it's been a very powerful experience for me, okay? And that is like, what she calls it, an open hand versus a closed hand mentality, all right? And I like that. I call it abundance versus starvation mentality. But it's essentially the same concept. So let's break it down. Because if you know me, like, I want to know how things work, man. It's just who the fuck I am. You know, the funny thing is I took a personality assessment today, and one of the things I learned about myself is I don't really give a fuck about systems. Like, I'm not great at making them. They stress me out. But I'm great at being spontaneous. I'm super good at being a leader. I'm really good at being gregarious and coming into a room and being able to talk and engage with everybody. Super adaptive on those levels. However, I'm not really great with creating the structure. I can follow it really well, but I'm not really great with creating it. But what that means to me, in a lot of ways, is that I like to understand how shit works. And once I do, I can follow a structure. No fucking problem. But I have this tendency to delve into them really deep. But that's what I do here. And it's got its benefits, actually, because by delving into it really deep, I can teach it and talk about it in a way that I come to understand it more, and in a way that hopefully you guys understand it more as well. So we're going to talk about it. Open hand, closed hand, starvation, abundance. Okay? Let's just get some basic definitions out of the way. If anybody who's in here wants to help out with something really cool with me real quick, if you want to hit Google up and actually pull these translations out, because my memory is so shot that it's hard for me to remember very well, and just drop them in there. Starvation and abundance would be super great. If not, I'll just keep talking. You know me. But we'll talk about it, first of all, from the perspective of an open hand versus a closed hand. If I gesture at you like this, body language, what do you feel? Okay, now like this, totally different type of feeling. Now let's take it even a step further. Hands in my pockets. Now you're starting to wonder if I'm paying attention or what I'm doing. Pulled back. Body language is very withdrawn. Okay. Now, again, this is why I'm just naturally like this. Like, this is why I talk a lot. I gesture. My hands are always open. But it's a concept that it's occurring to me now, and as I was talking about it the other day, that it comes across in the way we deal with people, all right? Now, a closed hand mentality, to me, implies that you hold back. Not necessarily that you're cautious, but that you hold back things. Like, how many people here know or have been that person, as I have in the past, been that person where they don't want to tell everybody all their secrets because they're afraid that that person might surpass them. This is something that's fucking rampant in the tattoo industry. I've even heard it put in like martial arts term where it's like you don't ever teach somebody your final kung fu so that you have some type of special move to use against them if they ever choose to attack you, right? Okay. Well, I hate that concept, man. I would rather know that my heart was in the right place thoroughly all the time and trying to help people grow and be struck down or burned than to like not be that way. It's just who I am on a natural level. But the thing is that I get to live at all times, no matter how bad I've been burned, with just knowing I did the fucking best I could and my heart was in the right place. And that in and of itself is crazy powerful. That is so powerful to be able to walk away from any given situation saying I did the best I could and that I tried to be the best version of me and be as generous and loving and absolutely open as I could possibly be. The best part about this is it doesn't matter if you put a knife in my back, my heart is still fucking intact. And if I close off to the world, well, I'll still get knives put in my back because I'm putting them in my own back by not interacting and having positive, meaningful interactions with other humans. And that, I mean, isn't that what life's all about? And by the way, morning, Chris. So, moving on here. Let's, nobody's been able to do it for me yet here, but well, give me just 2 seconds. I might be able to do a very large quantity of something. Simple enough, pretty quick. A starving to death caused by hunger. Simple enough. But let's break that into how we think about things rather than just verbs, okay? So if I think of things in a level of looking at the world as if everything is abundant, resources are abundant, even though people would argue with me on that. They're like, well, resources are limited. We just haven't discovered the new ones that will be abundant yet. Literally, resources are endless. The universe is endless. As far as we understand it, it's never stopped expanding and it's bigger than we can ever comprehend. Therefore, resources are fucking limitless. Okay? Period. Let's get that shit out of the way. And that's just for resources, all right? Starvation mentality. Starving to death as of hunger. What do we hunger for? Connection. Like, we hunger for connections. We hunger for positive interactions. We hunger for love. We hunger for the basic necessities of life. So essentially, we're looking for resources, acceptance, and connection. And let's also say a sense of significance, because we talked about that in church the other day, and I thought it was a really powerful thing. It really hit home for me. Okay? So let me put this. This is something really cool I did last night. I was super pumped on. Me and my new producer, Treg, we put together like a little 4-minute video of just some affirmations, all right? I'm going to release this soon, but it needs to be mastered and everything else first. He's working hard on that. It was pretty cool. I just sat down, first take, boom, bodied it, according to him. That's not my words. And we just put it down. And I'm excited because that means that if I'm doing good off the bat, according to him, and he's a producer, then that means that we have room to grow still, because I always look at it, there's room to grow. There's an abundance of opportunities. And if I'm doing good already, then that means I can be great, okay? And one of the things I said on this was that God is in everything, and God is in me. And therefore, since greatness made me, greatness is in me and all around me. I've got goosebumps just talking about it. So fucking meaningful for me. It really is. The thing is, guys, is that there is no shortage of amazing experiences to be had. But this falls into the law of the idea of where focus goes, energy flows. When I focus on the idea that I'm afraid I might not have enough, I will create a situation where A, I don't have enough because I'm not focused on how I may accomplish and find more abundance. First off, so I'm already focusing problem-focused, not solution-focused, okay? B, I'm holding back from other fucking people. Well, guess what, guys? That's a horrible fucking idea. If you're the type of person, literally, if you're the type of person where if there was like resources and you guys are stranded on a fucking mountain and you're the dude that's going to be squandering them and hiding them aside and fucking eating them and everybody else finds out later, don't be that guy. And you don't be that guy. You learn how not to be that guy by not doing it in cases when it is like that. You will behave exactly how you behave in the times that are good when it's bad. So the reality is that we all know who the fuck we are already, but we just like to lie about it. We like to pretend like those things aren't things we know about ourselves, but they really are. So I encourage you to learn how to be an abundant person in everything you do. Just give freely. You will find that the most successful, the most personally developed, the most financially successful, spiritually successful, familially successful, if that's a fucking word, The most successful people freely give of themselves. Their time, their energy, their information. Okay? But it's the people that have a starvation mindset that pick those people's givings apart. Look at it. Like, I was talking to my client yesterday, and we were talking about Elon fucking Musk, okay? And he and I both agreed that if you just took the constraints off of that fool, dude would change the fucking world in some meaningful ways. But everybody's tripping about how much taxes he pays or not, okay? One of the things, let's really get down into this, because people are like, well, he does this and he does that and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, this motherfucker is actually contributing to maybe what might be the new infrastructure that gets rid of fucking fossil fuels. He's at least making steps towards it. And what are the people that are bitching about him saying? Basically what they're saying, if you really read into the media, the comments is, I don't have a fucking enough and I want him to give me more. It's really what it comes down to. Like, people bitching about what happened with the Doge or the Bitcoin or whatever. Like, dog, let me find out that your $200 fucking dollars was going to be used to fucking make the same type of influence that that fool is making. Period. Let me find out. Let me find out. All right? This is a man with big fucking goals. But if you actually watch any of the content, any of the fucking times where he's been interviewed, any of the things he does, the dude is consistently giving people fucking hacks, dropping gems all the fucking time. That billionaire type of mindset is just on a different fucking level. But most people are so convinced that they would never achieve it that they'd rather tear somebody down. They'd rather destroy that person's, like, credibility because it's already gone in their own mind because their credibility doesn't fucking exist. People who have dug themselves out of the problems they're in life start to see the fact that everybody else that's wildly successful or more successful than them, first of all, they start to get real happy for those fools because they're like, holy shit, I could do that too. That's how I feel. If I could have fucking been, if I was living in a fucking trap house 5 years ago, homeless in this state 4 years ago, homeless in this state fucking a year ago, all right? Maybe a little less than a year ago. Due to no direct fault of my own, just because of the circumstances I found myself in, because of the way everything went down with Cassie. And I can fucking build what I've built and continue to be building what I'm building, then you can do it too. It is literally as simple as that. You can fucking do it too. But the starvation mentality says there's not enough, they're taking too fucking much, and I don't like it. Here's a wild concept that I think most people have yet to really address. Life will fucking pay you what you demand out of it. Well, thank you, honey. And like Stan said, Elon is a shit, man. I love that dude. He's good stuff. Now, let's get into that concept. Life will pay of you or to you what you demand of it. Most people don't demand a lot. They're okay with working a 9-to-5 fucking job that they fucking hate because they bitch about it all the time. I love my job, but shut up. You just said but. You don't say, I love something, but. That, you just disqualified everything that came before that. All right? I love my life, but. I love my marriage, but. I love my... Okay, so let's hear what happens next. The expectation that you're putting on the world instead of yourself. That's what comes after but every time. But I have an expectation that's not being met. Well, fuck. Are you vocal about it? Are you trying to help it get met in a fucking meaningful manner? Have you thought about the fact that the opportunities in our current life are so fucking abundant that the idea that you can't make something work for yourself financially is fucking retarded? I say that with every bit of respect for anybody that's struggling right now. If you can't make it in 2022 with the fucking internet, you're not doing shit. Just start right off the bat. You're fucking struggling real hard financially. You don't know what you're going to fucking do. Why don't you, instead of sitting at home all fucking night, mind fucking yourself, call a friend. Do something meaningful for that person, for them. Do not expect any type of fucking compensation and just do it out of the goodness of your fucking heart. And then tell me when you get home you don't feel better. Yeah, the stress will still be there. But you will have at least one of the fucking things that you need. A meaningful connection and a sense of fucking relevance and significance. What's up, Chris? What's up, man? don't know what the fuck to do with my hands sometimes. And so what this ties into is if you really look at wildly successful people or anybody that's successful, period, they give freely. They give money freely. They donate. They donate their time, their attention, their energy, their information constantly. Do you have any idea how much of my time these fucking things eat up? Do you know how much money I pay my fucking assistant to make sure that it is disseminated on every fucking type of platform I could come up with, and I'm still trying to find more to put it out on? It's a lot. I'll just tell you that. It's a lot. Like, it's what a lot of people's, like, and to help run a shop and a whole bunch of other shit runs back and forth. Like, literally, like, fucking basically might as well be my maid and my fucking assistant and the shop manager. But it's what a lot of people's, like, weekly salary is, maybe times 2. Because I run her fucking ragged with all the shit that I have doing. But in the process, I give what I believe is more than the compensation than she's entitled to, because I fucking know that when it comes down to it, a person needs to feel appreciated. They need to feel cared about. And so many people are walking around closed fucking handed saying, gimme, 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 gimme. This is why when I look back at my old Facebook posts, it fucking makes me feel retarded. It makes me feel so ridiculous. Man, I'm just chilling at the shop if anybody wants to come get a tattoo. Fuck, dog. You literally just put out on the whole fucking world in front of everybody to see, hey, I have a need to be met. Somebody come fill it for me. What a fucking sense of entitlement I used to have. And when that wouldn't work, I discount it. Got sales going this week. Had sales going every other fucking week. Those were my prices, not a fucking sale. But when I heard somebody say that the law of compensation works as follows. You will be compensated up to and more than what you're willing to give. But that's also based on the law, the secondary law that ties into this, of giving more and extra, like better and more than what is expected of you for the compensation you're already getting. Ask anybody that sits in my chair and ask anybody that hasn't sat in my chair. Everybody says, man, that motherfucker's expensive. I can't afford it. Okay? Those are the people that are not sitting in my chair or not scheduled to sit in my chair. The people that have been or are or know about me know that not only am I going to give you way more fucking tattoo than you've probably paid for, I'm going to give you my fucking one-on-one ass attention, custom ass drawing, okay? Full on, like, we're having a conversation. We're homies because I treat my fucking clients like family. When you get done, like when you get big ass pieces from me, I give you the ointment, like our fucking ointment, free of charge. That shit's expensive for me to fucking keep it in there, and I just give it the fuck away. Okay? Because I want people to have what they fucking need. When people get done, I make like a little card with their name. It's got a little wax seal I bought, so it's got a fucking crow on it. It says, thanks. I write their name in some cool ass cursive and I put my little signature at the bottom. Give it away. Little bag of cards to go with it, and a little fucking baggie, like a little cloth baggie to put it all in. Here, I'll show you. Like, here. Just dope little wax seals, right? Cool. Isn't that fucking rad? A little crow. Right? Here's one. This doesn't have the wax seal, but it's a good example of what I write on it, right? Okay, and then you write their name down there. Dope. Give them a handful of cards and a little bag to put their ointment and all that shit in. Okay? Now, the thing is that doesn't necessarily cost me a lot of money. It costs me time, attention, and thought. But those are all forms of energy. And here's the thing. Taking the fucking time to write somebody's fucking name for them in like some fancy writing and have them know that you care enough to fucking know their name. Dog. Do y'all understand how powerful that feels? Do y'all understand how good that makes somebody feel? It's just simple stuff, man. The simple, easy stuff shows who the fuck you are. If you don't have enough money ever, and you're always worried about how you're going to get some money from somebody, how you're going to hustle somebody, how you're going to try to hustle your job, how you can do minimal work at your fucking job for maximum profit, you're why you're fucking broke. You ever notice the people that work the fucking hardest at the job, and it's not always the case, but usually the people that work the hardest gets the most types of fucking like raises and moves up in the company? Yeah, sometimes they fucking hire one of their friends or whatever the fuck. Sometimes that does happen. But a lot of times what I see is people commiserating together, hating on a motherfucker that's working harder because they're in good with the management because they work fucking harder. Of course the managers like talking to them more because they fucking care. Go above and beyond in everything you fucking do. Give freely. Stop asking for fucking handouts. Stop asking for other people to give you shit and start giving it. Do any of us here have a friend? I bet you we all do have a friend that is so giving and generous and always trying to fucking help everybody around them that if they needed something, you wouldn't even have to be asked. You would be right fucking there, ready to help them. Like fucking soldiers. Well, guess what? We can all be that person. You become that person by stopping worrying about your own fucking selfish needs. It's all abundant. I can make more motherfucking money. I can't make better fucking connections by fucking worrying about how much money I got in my pocket. I check my bank account probably a lot less than I should. But when I do, I'm like, fuck, man, it's a lot more than I expected because I'm not counting every fucking penny as it comes in. I recognize the money will just flow as long as I focus on how it comes in. By giving more than what's expected at a better level and caring more about my customers and clients than I'd like to think anybody else I know. Really, my shop's been open in fucking Lexington for fucking 8 to 10 months maybe. I have to do the fucking math. We have the most fucking positive reviews. We're the only fucking shop in Lexington with a 5 fucking star review and more reviews than anybody else has. Is that a coincidence? Or is it because I focus on my fucking customers mattering to us? We have the highest fucking shop minimum too. But we give more. So it don't matter. And besides, the fucking shop minimum for tattoo shops was $50 fucking in 2000. Year 2000, that's 22 fucking years ago. And people are still short selling the fuck out of themselves, and they don't want to give very much because they're not getting anything in return, and not realizing that if they just started giving more and more and more and more and more and more and more, people would happily pay for that shit. Literally. People don't go to fucking Jiffy Lube because they're the best fucking oil change place in the world. They go there because of all the extras and being treated like they fucking matter. Now, if you can do both of those fucking things, you're un-goddamn stoppable. But they're a fucking chain. I'm a fucking locally owned, family owned business. All right? But what I want to get across to you guys is that your life will change directly and immediately as soon as you stop worrying about what you can get and start worrying about what you can give. I'm telling you guys, if you knew how much time I've put into all these videos, it'd be mind-blowing. I'm sure that it's actually days of actual time now because I do these every day, 15 to 20 minutes a day, okay? That means for every 3 days, that's an hour, okay? So I'm not good at fucking math. I don't know how to make that into 24. What was it? 3 days to an hour, so it's like a little over, I think, like 2 months worth of days. Makes a whole fucking day. That means I've committed whole actual ass days of my life to just getting on here and trying to preach the fucking wisdom that other people have taught to me and give it freely to other people. Yeah, do I have coaching programs where you can get on and it costs and you get like fast track that I directly get with you and work on your goals on like a fucking whole other level? Yes. Am I getting back into that soon? Abso-fucking-lutely. Am I going to start absolutely like driving up the amount of value that those people get out of that? Fucking absolutely. And some of the people that started on that shit every fucking day. Stanley in here real quick. Stanley, grab your fucking website address, dog. Just grab it for me real quick. Put it in the comments. I don't care if you got to log out of shit. Do it right now, dog. Please. Just please. I want to give you an example. This man messaged me, like, I think last week and shoots me this fucking, like, pro-ass built website about this new concept that he's putting together where some people can't leave the house, okay, right? If I'm understanding it correctly. And so he's going to do, like, tours of these fucking awesome natural fucking vistas and, like, fucking hiking and shit like that where those people can experience that from home. At least to an extent. What a fucking bad motherfucker. He's giving some shit to people that they could never fucking have. And he's doing it in a new an interesting and innovative way using the tools at hand. And because he reached out to me and he's like, none of this would have been possible without you. First of all, I'm not sure I believe that, dog, because I believe in you an awful lot. Second of all, what a fucking amazing feeling to have somebody say, you have inspired me to do something massively better with my fucking life. I'm going to keep doing this just for that payment. That don't fucking, man, money don't mean shit. That's a payment to me. That's the universe saying, keep going, dog. And the weird part about it is the more I do it, it's like, fuck, I don't even have to look at my bank account. It just grows. Because I ain't fucking worried about the minutia of that shit. I'm worried about the value I can give the world. All right? So, I'm going to give this a few more seconds here because I want to make sure he gets a chance to post this link so y'all can check it out. I want you to blow my man's shit up and check it out, right? As far as I understand, he's seeking funding right now, which is super cool too because it means he's going through some channels. I know he's jumping through some massive hoops. I'm super proud of that. That's so amazing to see that. Boom, right there. Ching, just dropped it in there. Everybody, when I get done with this video, when it gets posted here, I want you to go to this here. I'm going to read it. It's going to, just because if you hear it on the podcast or whatever, you can still go to it. But it's https://bbr7515.wixsit.com/live. Okay? And it just even saying it out loud, I want you to understand how fucking cool that was. Just to understand that he's doing that shit, man. That's fucking wild. We got another dude right here in the comments, Aaron. All right? He owns a fucking local business where he's a personal trainer. First of all, he's also a competitive natural bodybuilder and is fucking ripped, dog. You need tape, son, because you ripped. I love seeing it. He's so inspiring. And he's talking the other day, man, like, hey, fuck. Like, I only got like 6 or 7 spots left and I'm booked for the rest of the fucking month. All right? But on top of that, you know what I did besides just like that? First thing I went in there is, look, dog, it's time to raise your prices, son. You're worth more. That's what that means. When you are so booked that you can't have any fucking breathing room, raise your motherfucking prices, and then let that shit happen again. Work that, rinse, wash, repeat. Rinse, wash, repeat. Over and over again. Until you have your time back in a meaningful fashion. Because I know exactly the struggle he's going through right now. I know what it feels like to be overbooked and overstressed and managing a new business. I know exactly what it feels like. And somebody else dropped that gem on me, and I'm going to drop it right on somebody else who I know could use it, instead of holding it back and just watching it like, let him learn it on his own. The fuck? Look at the way people be acting like that. They really think about that, because we all can do that. We all can have that tendency. It's the animalistic, fleshly, bullshit, non-spiritual side of ourselves. And that's what it can all be put down to. Starvation, physical. Spirituality equals abundance. I can make anything I fucking need or want to have happen in the world around me by focusing on how I can bring a better me to the table rather than how I can make everybody else meet my motherfucking needs. It's game-changing shit. Unfucking touchable shit. You just apply this one principle, I promise your life will explode. You might have to do it for a few months. Just trust the fucking process, though. I'm giving you a blueprint that I didn't make up. I didn't make none of this up. I just read and listen to a lot of people that have figured it out or, honestly, got taught by other people. It's been this way since the dawn of time, for sure. 100%. Thanks to so much, brother. Been such a big inspiration to light me. Fuck yeah, dog. See? My man's right there. My man. All right. I love all of you here. Let's see here. Stanley says, I need somebody to help me build a dedicated site, something I own. I bought the domain name already. Boom. I don't know if anybody builds websites. Personally, I actually went to a company, bro, and I paid a company like some pretty big money to make mine. But I'm sure there's people out there that can walk you through it. Or if you are like me and you want to DIY it a bit, man, like check out www.google.com and be like, how to build your own dope website. Read a bunch about it for a couple of days first. You know, some trial and error, you'll get the hang of it, man. But I promise you all the tools are out there. And if anybody else here in the chat or anything knows anything about it, fucking hit my man up, please. I love y'all. Here's what my invite is today. Stop fucking worrying about what you get and start worrying about what you can give. I promise you. Game-changing ass shit. Love you.